There's no place like home, especially if you don't have one.
Why don't you go get a job?
How long was he here?
I don't know. Forever.
Oh.
Welcome to the Zen Island Show.
Boo! Did I scare you? Probably not. Oh well. You're all familiar with a game called I Spy, right? It's the game where you and a friend try to find what the other person is describing. Like, I spy a dog, a sleepy cat, an intergalactic space cowboy. Well, I Spy nowadays is mainly associated with a children's book created by writer Gene Marzullo and photographer Walter Wick. Now, when I was a kid, most other kids would just kind of look at the pictures and put the book back on the shelf and call it a day. When you ask, hey, what about the riddles? What, you want me to read? I ain't reading all that, little bro. But I think that undermines Jean's work. The riddles that she made helped elevate Walter Wick's pictures, spending time looking at every little detail of Walter's pictures to find the answer to her riddles. There's that damn Jax right there. You start to appreciate Walter's pictures more and more, and you realize how crucial their collaboration was. Hell, because of hyper-analyzing these pictures, because of those damn riddles, I can gush about these pictures for hours. There's a real craftsmanship in the sets that were made, to even how the pictures were taken. They're just so damn good. I Spy would eventually get so popular that almost every kid who's ever been to a Scholastic book fair has bought one of these books before, or at least rented one from the library. I Spy's popularity was so high that it had its very own stop-motion animated TV show. I used to watch this show religiously as a kid. But most importantly, I Spy had video game adaptations. For this special spooky Halloween video, I have a copy of I Spy Spooky Mansion. I got this a few years back at a thrift store and I've been wanting to play it ever since. So let's dust off that old Windows XP machine, put the spooky disc into the CD drive, install the game, and have a go at it. Now this game was developed by Black Hammer Productions and published by Scholastic, so we have to be intellectuals about naming our profile. So close your eyes and think of a name. Alright, let's see what you got. Oh, come on guys, real funny. So we stand outside of a spooky mansion and we walk right in, only for the door behind us to close shut. The only way to get out of this mansion is to solve this puzzle inside this picture frame by playing, you guessed it, I Spy. The game is non-linear, meaning you can start solving puzzles anywhere in the mansion. After you complete a riddle, you are then rewarded with a puzzle piece. There are 26 puzzle pieces, so what are we waiting for? We gotta find them! Since we can tackle all the riddles out of order, it's best to start from the first floor and make our way up to the attic. The first floor of the mansion has a living room, a dining room, a place to store all your keys, and a workshop where you create ghosts. Let's leave that part for later. I like the look of all these rooms, especially the dining room. There's all these roaches, lizards, severed eyeballs on a plate. Like, damn, I thought I was playing a kid's game, not Dead Space. But the more I look at all these rooms, the more my OCD kicks in. Look at this place, it's a mess. Look how much shit is on the floor or in the kitchen. Get that boner to clean it up. Make it look presentable to me. When I go into a spooky mansion, the only thing I expect to see are people dressed in costumes, so I can scream at them for having a job. Before starting each riddle, the narrator reads out the riddle for you. You can skip them if you want, but it gives you some time to look around and search for the hidden objects. Many of them are easily noticeable. When you find the object, the game plays a little animation with a little music jingle.
An upside down one.
I find that really neat. Now, I'm an adult, so this game isn't that hard, but in true I Spy fashion, the devs have made it where many of the objects you're looking for are hidden in the background or in plain sight, like the crack in the clock, the knife in the kitchen, or the brown eye on the table. Makes you feel like an idiot sometimes, like, damn, I need to get my eyes checked. Or they might do something silly, like find 3 bats, like, oh, here's one, here's another. Well, where's the third one? Is it here? No. Is it over here? No. It's right here. The baseball bat? You get it? Oh my god. You really need to unlock your third eye sometimes to solve these puzzles. And smoke DMT. Wait a minute, does that say Ivan? Oh yeah, real funny guys, haha. Before heading to the second floor, let's put some of these puzzle pieces together. I do this early on so it doesn't become a big clutter at the end of the game. On to the second floor. The second floor of the mansion has a study room, the bedroom, the bathroom, and the attic. Visually, all these rooms look very nice. There's even some hidden details in these rooms that I didn't notice before until looking back at these recordings, like the silhouette of the spider in the study room or the giant zipper on the side of the bed in the bedroom. Sometimes I get this odd feeling about these rooms, like a form of distortion in your mind, seeing tiny objects really huge, like this 6-sided dice or this giant pencil near the closet. Besides the cool room designs, the second floor is the part where I got stuck a lot on my first playthrough. Mainly it happened in the study room. Trying to find the open book in the bookshelf was testing my patience, and whenever I got stuck on a riddle, clicking all over the place became the name of the game, only to find out it was the mouse reading the book. Now, some may say, Ivan, you're so stupid, it was right there, you little imbecile. My excuse is that I was playing it on a small WinGPD laptop, and the game's resolution was 640 by 480. The study room also has a unique riddle set where you use a magnifying glass to look at dead butterflies. Each butterfly has something engraved on their wings, which is pretty cool. And this oak tree butterfly reminds me of an eagle. I don't know why. The bedroom may not have any unique ways of solving riddles like the study room, but I think it's the creepiest room out of the whole mansion. The toys in this room always feel like they're staring at you no matter where you look. The bathroom's pretty cool too. You got Mr. Boner here dipping his bony feet in the tub, sitting all zesty like. The face on the wall gives you a wink, which is pretty weird. And when you turn on the faucet... Oh Jesus! I will say that I liked floor 2 of the mansion more than floor 1. A lot of it just felt cooler to me. The attic is the final room of the mansion. You have a flashlight this time around to find the objects. I will say it's kind of easy. There's been times where I accidentally find the object, but it's not because I found it, it's because the flashlight radius auto-locks to it, making it really easy to find some of this stuff. After receiving all the puzzle pieces, you head downstairs to piece the puzzle together. You're then asked to play a minigame upstairs where you just click on all the keys. Then you open the mystery drawer in the living room downstairs. It's a matching game where you match some objects together so you can create the recipe to make the Get Out ghost. This is where I can talk about the workshop room. The workshop is where you can create 7 different types of ghosts. Each ghost has their own recipe. The ingredients or objects are scattered around the house. The game makes it easy for you. It gives you a hint where they could be found. But the thing is, this whole section is not necessary to beat the game. As long as you unlock the Get Out ghost, you're fine. So these 6 other ghosts, they're not important. Once the Get Out ghost is created, the ghost flies around the workshop and then flies out the room and then out the chimney. And then you're able to leave the mansion. The mansion gates close and Mr. Boney here hands you a CompTIA certification for completing the game. You can even print it out. Now some may say that's pretty cringe, but it's not cringe, it's freaking epic and I'm gonna frame it. Afterwards, you can quit the game or redo the riddles inside the mansion, and you can even create your own riddles if you really want in the study room. I Spy Spooky Mansion is a short but sweet game. I recommend it if you're a fan of the I Spy series and are a fan of point-and-click adventure games, or if you're a parent with kids, or if you have nephews and nieces like I do. The game isn't super difficult and you'll be able to beat it in a few hours on your first playthrough. The riddles themselves are easy. You can map out a lot of these riddle sets by drawing a line, since most of the objects in the riddles are very close together. I really only have a few gripes and questions with the game, like who lives here? Are the ghosts in the workshop the dead family members of the mansion? Is Mr. Boney here a spiritual entity that resides in the house? Is he the one who killed the family? Why is there only one bedroom? Was the guy who owned the mansion like a man-child? I mean, it would explain all the toys, but most importantly, looking at this mansion, you'd probably flip it for 1.5 mil on Zillow. You got 5 rooms, 1 bathroom, an attic. That's a pretty good deal in today's economy. Just let Vanilla Ice handle the renovations. Okay. Now to the actual issues with the game. There's not a lot. Sometimes when I click on an object it doesn't work, or it wants me to click on a particular spot, the minigames serve no purpose. Also, the game feels pretty dead, no pun intended. There's no music that plays in the background. The game only plays a musical jingle when you complete a riddle set or when you find an object for the riddle. Now, I know this game is no Tony Hawk, but they could have at least had some ambient music playing in the background to add to the spookiness of the mansion, which is something they remedied in the deluxe version of this game. This is a good time to talk about the other versions of the game. The deluxe version would be released 5 years later in 2004. It comes with new graphics and new riddles. It also includes background music. It even makes the minigames useful. In this version of the game, you escape the mansion 3 times. One time from Mr. Boney's room, another time you shrink yourself to fit through a mouse door, kinda like Alice in Wonderland, and finally you fix Mr. Boney's machine and release the Get Out ghost. The graphics look neat, but I didn't really care for much of the new stuff, except for the background music. The new riddles are fine and all, but I much prefer the original. I'm a purist when it comes to these sorts of things. There was also ports of the original on iPhone and DVD. There was even a remake of the game on the Nintendo Wii released in 2010. It's all in 3D and takes some inspiration from the original and deluxe version while incorporating its own new sets of riddles. I feel it's an okay remake. I'm just not a big fan of the visual style of the game. I feel the original and the deluxe version kept the spirit of the original book better than this remake. Also, the controls feel a bit clunky, although it could be my Wii remote acting up. In conclusion, if I have to give a rating on the original, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Same thing goes with the deluxe version. They're short and fun, educational point-and-click adventure games. For the Wii remake, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Now, I know there were other I Spy games that were released out there. I myself have 2 others that I picked up from the thrift store. I might save them for a future video. Other than that, I only have one thing left to do. See, printed out my certification, it looks nice. Oh, wait a minute, what's this other one? Oh, come on, really?
Through a window, mouse hole, and chimney you've gone. This spooky night is ending. It's almost dawn. The time has come to say goodbye. You've mastered this game of Spooky I Spy.